Hi everyone, welcome again to another session of Learning Together. I am Christian and this is Teaching Profession class. And in today's session, we are going to learn about Lesson 2 of the teaching profession, which is teaching as a vocation and as a mission. And our learning outcome for today's session is to explain teaching as a vocation and as a mission. Before going into our particular topic, which is teaching as vocation and mission, let's have first the review of the basic laws professionalizing teaching in the Philippines. So let's start first with the Presidential Decree number 1006, or the Decree Professionalizing Teaching. This is the first legal document that professionalized teaching in the Philippines, that was issued and signed by the late President Ferdinand E. Marcos in 1976. This is a decree providing for the professionalization of teachers, regulating their practice in the Philippines and for other purposes. And in 1994, we have this Republic Act number 7836, or also known as the Philippine Teachers Professionalization Act of 1994. This is an act to strengthen the regulation and supervision of the practice of teaching in the Philippines and prescribing a licensure examination for teachers and for other purposes. And in 2004, Republic Act number 9293 was signed. This is an act amending certain sections of the Republic Act 7836, particularly Section 15, Section 26, and Section 31 of Republic Act 7836. Alright? To begin with our discussion on teaching as a vocation and a mission, allow me to start with this quote by Carl Jung. One looks back with appreciation to the brilliant teachers, but one with gratitude to those who touched our human feeling. Some people say that teaching is a noble profession. Others say it is only for people who is knowledgeable enough to teach children. And others say it is done by someone who has an authority. Not only should a teacher be a person who is knowledgeable in their subject area, but a teacher should always be a person who connects these theories to teaching his students important lessons about life and about themselves. This way, a student connects their own knowledge to their basic human values. So here, what teaching really is. Teaching is a vocation. Teaching as your vocation. According to Thomas Martin, a man knows when he has found his vocation when he stops thinking about to live and begins to live. Vocation comes from the Latin word vocare, which means to call, meaning to say that teaching as your vocation, it is more than a noble profession. It is a vocation. It is a call. It is your calling. If there's a call, there must be a caller, and someone who is called, there must be also a response. For Christians, the caller is God Himself. For our brother and sister Muslims, the caller is Allah. Believers in the Supreme Being will look at His voiceless call to have a vertical dimension. But for non-believers, the call is experienced but viewed solely along the horizontal dimension. It is like a man calling another man, never a superior being calling a man. Most often, in this case, when people use the word vocation, they will always refer to a religious vocation. But let us know further on what is really teaching as your vocation. When we say vocation class, it is a strong feeling of suitability for a particular career or occupation. Are you really for this particular profession, for this particular field? So when we say teaching as your vocation, it will require your dedication and service in order for an individual to be considered as a real teacher. Allow me to share an example to you. A teacher who regards teaching as her vocation. So Teacher Joy is addressed as a teacher for teaching and serving the children in a far rural community. She travels almost 20 kilometers every day for the sake of students' learning and development. This is what teaching as vocation is. It is extending far beyond. Alright? It requires your dedication to be of service to the public. The practice of joy is regarded as teaching as vocation because Teacher Joy, dedicates herself to the field of service. Imagine, she travels almost 20 kilometers every day in order for the students to learn. Alright? Meaning to say, when someone practices teaching as his vocation, they teach with dedication. I know that every person is destined to be somebody in his own field. Teaching is easy, but teaching with morals and molding humans for the future is not simple as 1, 2, 3. Like everyone can be a teacher, but an effective teacher needs someone with passion and devotion for teaching. Teachers became teachers not because of luck or misfortune, but because he is destined to be one. Because teaching requires a lot of things to gain and even to sacrifice. So in summary, vocation is only for someone or for some who are really dedicated not just to work, but also to serve other people. The fact that you are now in the College of Teacher Education signifies that you said yes to the call to teach. Perhaps you never dreamed to become a teacher, right? But here you are, preparing to become one. Teaching must be your vocation, your calling. May this yes response remain a yes and become even more firmer through the years. You have 2 years or 1.5 years before you graduate in the course. So I hope that every year that yes that you have now will be firmer and stronger through time. Teaching also is a mission. Mission comes from the Latin word misseo, which means to send. We are sent into the world to accomplish a mission. Meaning to say, if teaching is your mission, means it is the task entrusted to you in this world. And if you faithfully accomplish the task, you proclaim that mission accomplished. You responded to the call to be a teacher. And so your mission in the world is to teach the task entrusted to you in this world. These are how vocation and mission are related. You were called for a purpose, and that purpose is to accomplish a mission while on earth, which is to teach. So what exactly the mission to teach? To teach is to influence every child entrusted in your care to become better and happier because life becomes more meaningful. This is simply because we are teachers who have mission that is to make each of our students competitive, equipped with fundamental skills, and also to be a total person in this society. To teach is to help the child become more human. So what exactly our mission as a teacher? It is to be an effective educator or facilitator of learning, imparting knowledge that is not just what written books but also in life. Our mission is to touch the hearts and mind while leading children to be a better individual who have strong desire to contribute to the betterment of the society and the country. In short, our greatest mission in this world is to help every child become more human. So in relation to that thing, maybe we want to give our life a meaning. We want to live a purpose-driven life. So if you want that, you have to spend it passionately in teaching, the most notable profession. According to Dr. Giuseppe Bio, the first ASEAN teacher to win the Entel Excellence in Teaching Award in an international competition, said in a speech delivered before a selected group of teachers, superintendents, DepEd officials, and consultants, that teaching is touching the hearts of people and opening the minds of the children. Now allow me to share the part of her speech.
The reason why I teach was written in the book that I published a few years back entitled A Trip to Planet Bio. I dreamt of stars. I got a planet. I wrote there, teaching is not a lucrative profession. It cannot guarantee financial security. It even means investing a lot of your time, money, and resources. Sometimes it means heartaches, disappointments, and pains. But opening the minds of children and touching their hearts give me joy and contentment which money could not buy. These are the moments I teach for, and these are the moments I live for. I also wrote this book to reach as many people beyond time and space with this message. Being a teacher is such a noble profession, and being a Filipino is something to be proud of.
There may be times when you feel like giving up. Many leave teaching after 3 or 5 years for valid reasons. And many have graduated in a teaching course but did not pursue teaching. Class, remember that you responded to the call to teach, and you have accepted the mission to teach, knowing that you are now 30 years. May you be found faithful to your vocation and mission until the end. And I hope to see you in the teaching field soon. Alright? So let's proceed to the next topic, this the pwede na mentality. This is an enemy of our excellent mission, preparation, and accomplishment. Okay. For a professional teacher who looks at teaching as his mission, he will do everything to arm himself for an excellent accomplishment of that mission. The striving for excellent accomplishment sometimes bring us to the our pwede na mentality, and it happened every time, especially when we don't have time. Okay? That pwede na mentality is inimical to excellence. This mentality is expressed in other ways like, talagang ganyan yan, talagang ganyan ang buhay, wala na akong magagawa dyan, di ko na kaya, dagdag trabaho at gastos lang yan, and all of these are indicators of defeatism and resignation to mediocrity. So if we stick to this complacent mentality, excellent mission accomplishment eludes us. In this world of work, remember everyone, in today's generation, in today's time, whether it is in local, national, or abroad, only the best and the brightest will make it. So if we are true to our calling and our mission as professional teachers, you will soon to be professional teachers. We have no choice but to take the endless and the less traveled road to excellence. Now allow me to end my lesson with a quote from William Arthur Ward, that the mediocre teacher tells, the good teacher explains, the superior teacher demonstrates, the great teacher inspires. Do not settle for less, class. I hope you are learning with our discussion today, and I hope to see you soon